Hey, Samson, is it happy hour? No, sampling the delicious port wine and doing some research for this episode. You mean the city of Porto? Yup, made a couple of paintings from my visit there in 2019. Can't wait to see the works of art and hear about the city. Well, cheers and let's get started. Hey everyone, what's up? What's going on? Thank you for watching my channel, The Art of Samson. Today we continue our exploration of Portugal in part 2 of episode 5. We are headed to the city of Porto, located on the northwest part of Portugal, and it's the second largest city after Lisbon, the capital. In this episode, you will see 2 phenomenal paintings resulting from my visit there in 2019. I will explain why I made a painting of these kids leaping into the Douro River, and you will be transported onto a riverboat cruise watching the vibrant sunset of the Douro River. Stay tuned till the end because I'll be sharing some surprising information with you about how port wine came about. So relax, take a break, and go on a mini vacation with me, The Art of Samson. Again, no passport or mask required. If you are checking out my channel for the first time, my name is Samson. I also go by Sam. Thank you for watching my channel, The Art of Samson, bringing you fresh works of art never seen before, paired with insightful and interesting stories. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell to get new contents when I upload them. So, where have we traveled to on this mini vacation? And what are we seeing here? I have placed us smack in the middle of the Douro River with one of the best views of Porto. Imagine being on a riverboat similar to this one, but placed outside the picture plane and cruising up and down the Douro River. In the foreground, we see the aqua blue ribbons of the Douro River and can feel its dynamic energy. We also see this boat veering off to one side, causing the flock of seagulls to quickly get out of the way of the oncoming traffic. We can almost hear the seagulls flapping their wings as they take flight off the water. The Douro River runs east-west into the North Atlantic Ocean. Flanked on both sides of the river, Porto straddles 2 large hills dotted with centuries-old structures with terracotta roofs, some dating back all the way to the Roman times. Each side of the city has a network of narrow stone paths zigzagging up and down the hills. It's ideal for discovering the city on foot with interesting surprises at every turn. As our eyes move to the background of this painting, we see this iconic metal bridge called the Ponte de Dom Luís #1. It is one of several bridges connecting both sides of the city, but this one is better known. Why? Well, it was completed in 1886 by a student of Gustav Eiffel. Does the name ring a bell? Yup, it's the same guy responsible for building the Eiffel Tower in Paris. The bridge has 2 levels. The top level is solely for pedestrians and the metro line. For anyone who's not afraid of heights, a stroll across this bridge offers breathtaking views of the river and the city as far as the eye can see. Now, it was sunset when this image unfolded before my eyes. The whole experience of cruising on the river and seeing the sunset was supercharged by the emergence of the vibrant colors of lavender, turquoise, and yellow, brought out by the setting sun and the billowy clouds all along, and with the aqua notes of the river. And it's perfectly framed by both sides of the city. It's astonishing, at least I think so. I'm giving a shout out to Jen, my spouse's cousin, who said this is her favorite painting when it was first posted on social media. Hey Jen, what's up? Next, our mini vacation takes us down to the Douro Riverfront Promenade, right here, with a playful watercolor painting I entitled Daredevils on the Douro. One hot afternoon, my spouse and I were strolling on the northern side of the riverfront promenade, which was packed with tourists and trinket shops and outdoor cafes and restaurants. Now, we saw a crowd of spectators watching these 3 kids, not tourists, but local kids, running towards the embankment in their undies, leaping straight into the air and dive bombing into the river. Now, they couldn't have been more than 10 or 11 years old. They would come up from the water, swim back, and climb up this embankment and repeat the whole act again and again and again. Now, I have to admit, I was amused and entertained. Now let's face it, this isn't something you normally see in the United States of America or elsewhere. Now, after leaving the scene, I was inspired to make a painting of these daredevil kids. Not so much as to record the novelty of what I witnessed, but to express the bubbling sentiments inside of me. What were these sentiments, you ask? Well, to me, these daredevil kids represented fearlessness, being totally carefree, and pursuing the joys of life without hesitation. They didn't give a flying fudge about what others thought. They weren't hurting anyone, and it didn't seem like they were hurting themselves. So why the fudge not? By the way, this was happening roughly for about 15 to 20 minutes. And to my surprise, no law enforcement or any authority figure came to question or stop this activity. What? Mind blown. Now, this painting will always remind me that I need to be more bold, be more fearless, and take more risks. Also, this painting acts as a reminder that life passes by very quickly, so be carefree and pursue life with gusto, just like the daredevil kids jumping off into the Douro River. After that jam-packed tour of Porto, we got a enjoy a glass of port or two. Port is produced uniquely in Portugal and mainly in the Douro River Valley, where the special grapes of port are cultivated. Now, whether you are a fan or not of this sweet and intense flavor wine, the interesting fact that I learned during this trip is that port was created by the British out of necessity. Did you know port wine has brandy in it? I didn't before I took this trip. I learned it when I visited there. You see, in the 16th and the 17th century, Portuguese wine was an export item to Britain. The sea travel from Portugal to Britain took a toll as the heat and the movement of the barrels deteriorated the quality of the wine also. To offset this, the winemakers began to add brandy to the wines. In essence, by adding the brandy to the wine, it stopped the continued fermentation and extended the shelf life during the export to Britain. So now every time you take a sip of port, you know there's a bit of brandy in your drink. Cheers! Hope you had an amazing time going on this mini vacation to the city of Porto, seeing my paintings and hearing about the insightful stories. Leave me a comment or a question below, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video. Check out the description below on how you can leave me a tip maybe for my expensive art addiction. In my next episode, I'm mixing things up a bit and taking you to Mai's Gallery in St. Petersburg, Florida, and checking out their current show called All Things Cute. Don't want to miss that. Thank you, and may art be with you always. Take care.